So I'm gone for one day to do a fitness race. And during that time, a story broke regarding Ripple Labs buying back 10 billion XRP. Today's video, we're going to talk about if there's any truth to that statement. We're also going to talk about a crypto expert out there accusing the SEC of going after Ripple Labs and XRP to run cover for the banks. That's right, everyone. The story we've all been thinking for years is starting to reach the public's eye. And you know we're going to have XRP price talk at the end. Bitcoin sitting at 30,661. ETH 1942 up 0.5% last 24. XRP highlight of the show still cannot hold that 50 cent mark sitting at 41.9. While XLM right now is above 9 cents sitting at 9.1. Crypto lawyer, Ripple has no $5 billion to buy back 10 billion XRP, essentially each XRP at 50 cents, buy back 10 billion. I don't know where the hell this came from. I was busy doing a fitness race yesterday, and all of a sudden I wake up this morning, all I see is XRP buyback stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. How many times am I going to hear this, and how many times are people going to fall for it? I swear, there's someone out there who is so deep in the hole, and they're like, look, I'm so much in the red with this. How the hell do I get my money back? And then they come up with these cockamamie stories, hoping it'll gain some traction. Ripple Labs faces skepticism about alleged plans to repurchase 10 billion. XRP lawyers doubt Ripple's ability to acquire 5 billion. They don't have 5 billion. Ripple already holds 50 billion in escrow, making the source repurchase illogical. That's true, right? Why would you only repurchase a little bit? Let's get to Bill Morgan. Bill would be in the know, former Ripple Labs man. Where are they obtaining the $5 billion to buy it and at its current price? Who would lend Ripple the funds given the lawsuit to buy back a token under litigation? That's actually a really good point. Unless there's another source of funding such as an IPO. But can you do an IPO while you're under SEC scrutiny? I don't think so. You got to settle the case first. Let's now get over to David Joel Cat Schwartz. We do sometimes buy XRP, but I don't know if anything specific that could be referring to, and there's no official source mentioned, aka it's bullshit, everyone. Again, something, I don't know what the hell it is, but there are so many hopium pumpers out there. The majority of the stories that I see regarding XRP, especially on Twitter, are completely false and made up. I kid you not. In fact, the majority of the documents that I find are altered documents. They're not even real. It's very frustrating. I spend a lot of time going through stories, researching which ones are legit or not. Oh, the buyback one, frustrating. Oh, and remember, buying back XRP at 40,000, and that was proven to be a scam. I took a lot of heat for that, for calling it out right away. That was proven by a scam. By Ripple Labs themselves. What a joke. Expert accuses the SEC of running protection racket for banks. Ooh. It's one thing because we've all been thinking about it. But now you're having more prominent people come out, say, hey, the SEC, what they're doing is shady, and they're doing it to protect the banks. Max Kaiser, I know we don't all like him, believes the SEC would go both after ETH and XRP as unregistered securities. They already went after XRP, they just need to go after ETH. According to Kaiser, the SEC works for the bank cartel, and they run protection racket for the banks. Kaiser predicts the SEC would do everything it can to kill XRP. I agree. I've said it time and time again. I believe that the SEC wasn't there to kill XRP, just to delay it. All right? XRP, Ripple Labs, it's all about moving money. There's many different ways you can move money. You got Moneygram moves money. Federal Reserve, FedNow is going to move money. You've got other private ways. My point is this. FedNow is releasing a project that's set to go live very shortly here. And isn't it kind of ironic that there's more and more pressure put on XRP as other products that move money are given the green light? Let's get to what Max says here on Twitter. But like I said, be very careful what you find on Twitter. First, as I predicted, the Hinman letter would be a big dud. It's meaningless, basically, yeah. Big nothing burger. If Hinman was juicy, I've said this in videos in the past. If Hinman was juicy, the SEC would have settled before it got public, because then it would have been too damning and it ruined their future case. The fact, though, that they battled so hard over it was a stall tactic to drain Ripple Labs of money, because it is a big nothing burger. Hey, Hinman's been out. Has anything broken? Any big revelations? No. Hinman, dud. Next, any chatter 2013, 2015 about Bitcoin from the SEC is meaningless. It's beyond their reach. Very true. Why? Deemed a commodity, so the SEC couldn't touch it anyways. The SEC will go both after ETH and XRP as unregistered securities. The SEC works with the bank cartel, and they run protection racket for the banks. They'll cite national security and the Patriot Act if needed, but no way will ETH or XRP make it. Your point about liquidity is spot on. This effectively kills these projects. Very true. I'm telling you right now, they go after them like this, it is going to hamper liquidity. Once liquidity is hampered, then you see some funky trading spot price action. Then once that happens, well, the whole market's a mess. You have to have liquidity to keep markets functioning correctly. Let's get to some XRP price talk. All right, last couple days, price up on the screen. While I was gone, things weren't so green. Hey, that rhymed. All right, here we go. We had these 5 candlesticks right here in 1 hour time periods that we were above 50 cents. Could not hold it June 23rd. We have since now retraced back down. We had 2 candlesticks here that a low of 48.2, bumped up a little bit here to 48.4, since now sitting at 49.1. Zoom out just a little bit here, and you can see this last movement. Not much action here. We are real tight from that 48.2 to 50 cents since June 22nd. In fact, if we zoom out a little bit and we get rid of this little quasi blip right here, which honestly turned into a big nothing burger as well, we can see that we have been at that 49 to 50 cents time period since June 18th. Yes, June 18th, everyone. We've been essentially moving sideways. Nothing much came out this weekend. That buyback regarding XRP sure as hell didn't pump up the price either. And that's my point. That's why I wanted to bring up charts here at the end. To show you that there's people out there that try to put these rumors. Gold-backed XRP, lie, false. XRP being bought back by 10,000, 40,000, false, lie, lie, lie. Ripple Labs buying back 10 billion of them, lie, lie, lie. It's just a whole bunch of lies out there, all hope to create a massive price run. That's why when these stories are run and you don't see the price move, because they're not legitimate. The legitimate people out there, right? People out there that are looking for legitimate news, they're like, this stuff is bullshit. This doesn't do anything for us. Now let's compare XRP to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Well, because we talked about it ad nauseum in these articles leading up to it about how they want to go after ETH and how, hey, Bitcoin is security. No, because they've already been deemed a commodity. So no, you can't touch them. All right, XRP is in red, ETH is in light blue, and Bitcoin is in purple. All right, let's start talking time frames here. I've got about a 1 month time frame up on the screen. In that 1 month, Bitcoin is up 15%, XRP 8.3, ETH 6.1. All right, so all three of them up, but obviously Bitcoin up the most. Bitcoin as a commodity will receive the most protection by its status designation. You're going to watch this kind of show its ugly head because think of what the SEC has done since FTX. They've gone after firm after firm after firm, summary judgments to LBRY, all that kind of stuff, right? The SEC assault has been hardcore since FTX. So, if the SEC goes after securities, who do you think is going to do the best during that time and who would do the worst? Bitcoin would do the best. Why? It's a commodity, protected by that. The SEC can't touch it. What organization do you go after? Who would get hurt the most? Securities, all right? Our alts, stuff like that. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go to the 3 month, see what that story says. Story says in the 3 month time period, they're all bundled together, right? It's about the end of when we had that huge pump up in late March, early April, all right? Time frame makes sense. Let's go now to the 6 month. This is where you can see the story really start developing. In the 6 month time frame, Bitcoin is up 82%. Meanwhile, you still see ETH up 57 and XRP up at 42. But the alts, the securities, right, as they've been labeled by the SEC, are not doing as well. Zoom out a little bit more and let's talk FTX time, okay? So let's do that. Let's get FTX up on here. So since FTX crashed, right, when the SEC onslaught really has taken favor, Bitcoin up 50%, ETH 21, XRP 5.8. So again, we have to really keep time in mind here. And when we zoom in and we look at these moves and you're like, all right, what's happening with XRP? What's happening with Bitcoin? A lot of them are trading together. And what's happening is stories are coming out like this, proven to be false, and all it does is tarnish the reputation. Why? It's like crying wolf. What if there actually is a buyback? Most people are going to be like, okay, well, God, we've heard this a million times over. It's probably bullshit anyways. You can't cry wolf. It ruins it. But what's important to see here, though, is that as the SEC has gone after cryptos, right, specifically in terms of securities violations and a whole bunch of utility tokens, right, we've seen it all. The price has reflected that. It's reflected that Bitcoin is protected as a commodity, while the alts, even Ethereum, are going to face more scrutiny from the SEC. That's why their price hasn't rebounded as much. Bitcoin is a store of value protected under the commodities umbrella versus the cryptos out there, which aren't as much a store of value, and not protected under that commodity umbrella. Judge Torres, time is ticking. And that's the story in a nutshell here. Since the FTX crash, we have seen regulators just go full bore into crypto. What has happened? Bitcoin has survived the best out of that, rallying big time compared to its peers. But it doesn't mean that XRP and ETH can't do it. We just have to get more regulatory clarity for those things to move. Now, that being said, yes, I am one of the people out there that says, hey, they went after Ripple Labs because Ripple Labs was moving money, knowing that the Fed was creating another thing to move money, knowing that these banks were creating things to move money. Said that all along. Buyback stuff, we got to get rid of it. Be very careful what you see out there on Twitter. Now, you see what's behind me? That's a Spartan flag. I did DEFI yesterday. It was a complete blast. So much of a blast that my wife now has signed up to do a race, and I've signed up to do 2 more. Seriously worth it, even though I am a little bit sore today. I slept like shit because there was so much heat radiating from my body from racing yesterday. It was seriously worth it. Once I get some footage uploaded and I get some photos and stuff from DEFI themselves, I will make a video about it and share it on my second channel, which can be found right here. So no, Ripple Labs does not have $5 billion to buy back 10 billion XRP tokens. Just another story I've debunked on this channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button so you don't miss out. You know what I'm going to do. I got to work out. I got 2 more fitness races coming up. You cool cats, have a great rest of your day.